Welcome to Can Angels Fly, Tarot, and more. My name is Nancy. Welcome to Can Angels Fly, Tarot, and more. My name is Nancy. At this time, I'd like to apologize for the eerie sound. Once again, it's extremely hot where I am, so I have two fans going on both sides of me. If you're ever interested in ordering your own personal tarot reading, you can do so by contacting me by email. My email is canangelsfly1@gmail.com. All the details that you need to order your own personal tarot reading is below this live stream. And if you're ever interested in offering monetary support, you can do so by Cash Apping me. My name is $CanAngelsFlyTarot. I'm right here. I forgot something, y'all. So I gotta go back here. For this live stream, before we talk about R. Kelly and the Crate Challenge, I'd like to submit for this live stream the law surrounding fair use. As you can see, I'm on Cornell Law School website. I've taken a snapshot of the law that permits me to show some images, and as you can see, it's 17 U.S. Code 107, limitations on exclusive rights, fair use. So let me read. Notwithstanding the provisions of section 106 and 106A, the fair use of a copyrighted work, including such use by reproduction in copies or phono records or by any other means specified by that section, for purposes such as criticism, which I will be offering a lot of criticism, comments, I will be commenting, news reporting, I will be reporting concealed news, I will be teaching as well, including multiple copies for classroom use, scholarships, or research. It is not an infringement of copyright. In determining whether the use made of a work in any particular case is a fair use, the factors to be considered shall include ... Hopefully I didn't read that too poorly. Again, welcome to Can Angels Fly, Tarot, and more. My name is Nancy, and the windy sound that you hear are the fans on both sides of me. I started to do this live stream last night, but it just took me so long to set up in the other room with the air conditioner. So I'm back in the air fan cooled room. At this time, I'm going to wait to see if by chance I can get an audience. Once again, my live is showing that I only have one person live, and I'm performing this particular tarot reading on Sunday, August 29th, 2021 at 2:29 p.m. in the middle of the day. Been on YouTube about 6 years, and they have just shadow banned me, but I understand why. Anywho, let me type something in the chat to see if it will allow the chat to be used since. Alright, anyway, I'm going to try to move forward. Again, welcome. Is there anything I want to submit as a disclaimer? Yes, I do. What was it? I can't remember. I'm going to try to calm down. I get really upset that YouTube will not allow me to have an audience. Anywho, as the title suggests, I will be referring to R. Kelly. And I also will be referring to the Milk Crate Challenge that's trended. And I am doing so to try to show my audience what I've been talking about relative to the powers of really perceiving the people or the general populace as very foolish, childish, immature, lacking intelligence, being intellectually capped. They have via the astrology. They have referred to the people as morons and lacking wisdom and different things like that. And so I'm going to offer you an example today of that. As if you follow me, you may very well have seen my last 2 live streams that are part 5 of my yearly predictions. I've been performing the yearly predictions basically quarterly. This time for the month of September, I'm just focusing on September because it had so much vital information in it. And one of the spaces on the astrological wheel that I really emphasized was the 11th house of Aquarius. As you may very well be able to see on this chart, I have circled it with a yellow highlighter. And the 11th house of Aquarius represents humanity, or each individual that creates humanity at any given time. It also represents our participation in this world as far as our interaction, social interaction with large social networks such as political groups, clubs, organizations, friendship circles. These are people that come together for a cause. They have a mission that they hope to achieve, and are wise enough to pool, P-O-O-L, their resources. And when I talk about resources, I'm talking about finances, intellect, just all type of resources in order to fulfill that agenda or reach that agenda. What else about the 11th house? In this case, relative to the 11th house, you may very well be able to see that the planet Saturn is present at 7 degrees. And Saturn talks about the boundaries in which a person sits. An example of what I'm talking about is if you are a part of let's say a political party, a specific political party, then you are under the guidelines or within the perimeter of that political party, which talks about the things that they stand for, what they are in pursuit of. That's what Saturn represents. And from that, you create your reality. Let me try to state that a different way as I move forward. If a person belongs to a club, group, or any particular club, group, organization, example, political party, religious institution, there is an ideology, there are mission statements, there's a reason why you come together to work together to pool your resources. And so it is that mission, and it is that mission that locks you into a particular motive. How can I say this? I've described it over and over again, but I'm trying to do it for this video for a reason. It also frames your mindset in what you will do and what you won't do. An example is if a person is a part of the Democratic Party, whatever's on the Democratic Party's agenda or platform, that's all they're locked into. Whatever works need to be done, that's what they're locked into. Whatever their mission and agenda is about, it frames their mindset and therefore their actions, what they'll do, what kind of campaigns they'll do, what kind of speeches they'll give, etc., and who they'll be involved with or work with, and for what reason. That's just one example. The same thing stands true when it comes to religious, being a part or affiliated with any religious sector, no matter what it is. Let's say a person is a Christian. Well, the Christian faith has an ideology, a doctrine that is taught to the parishioners, such as Jesus Christ is the Savior. So people believe in Jesus Christ and are framed in that and bound by that. And under Christianity, it says, "Do unto others as you would have them do unto you." So remember, that's an ideology. The mind is set, so you then are supposed to practice it, put it into practice, and do unto others as you would have them do unto you. That's Saturn under Aquarius. What's also present under Aquarius is the planet Jupiter. Jupiter is the promise. The promise of what? There's a promise attached to any affiliation you have. Example, let me use the church. If a person is a Christian and believes Jesus Christ is their Savior, and they believe in the ideology is do unto others as you would have them do unto you, there's a promise. And at the end of that faith. And the promise with Jupiter is that you are a chosen one and you will be saved by Jesus Christ's grace. That's the promise of Jupiter. As you can see, Jupiter is in the 24th degree. And so the 24th degree corresponds with Capricorn, and it talks about one's particular works. So in this case, I'm doing a horrible job of this. I done did it so many times. I really don't want to do it. But for those that may just be visiting and watching, I'm trying. And I'm going somewhere very advanced in this tarot reading. This is not tarot reading. This is a very advanced I don't understand what they got going on. Why can't I tell if there's anybody present? Whew. That stresses me out. I really feel like my channel is only watched by the powers over this platform, and any likes I get and the few comments that I get are mostly computer generated. I really do. I cannot even tell if there's anybody on here. And so I'm gonna give this message, even though it's really going against my better judgment. It really is, because I almost kind of feel like it'll put me in danger. But okay, I'll try, because I want to reveal something to you. Anyway, what have I been talking about? I've been talking about the something else I should have put here. I've been talking about the 11th house of Aquarius, that is framed by the yellow highlight. Anywho, when I was interpreting this particular chart that you see before you, when I got to the 11th house, I found myself singing the song, I Believe I Can Fly. I kept singing, I Believe I Can Fly, and I chuckled. I said, well, hot dang, R. Kelly released this song. And he made it like a national anthem, especially in the black community. Everywhere you went to, any graduations, anything, everybody was singing, I Believe I Can Fly. I said, what's the chances of that? And so I was like, I started asking myself different questions, like, why at this point in time can I correspond this particular placement with the song I Believe I Can Fly? And R. Kelly is trending now. You know, his whole court case about sexual deviance and all that. Anywho, I asked the question. I said, well, when did R. Kelly release the song I Believe I Can Fly? And what I found out is that it was released in 1995. Now, I don't know how this is going to go. So, as you can see on the screen, the song that I was just talking about, I Believe I Can Fly, was released in 1995 by R. Kelly. I'm going somewhere with this. I am talking about the R. Kelly, the significance of R. Kelly trending, as well as the significance of the Milk Crate Challenge trending. The trending subject matters of R. Kelly and the Milk Crate Challenge is for the simple. Remember, the powers have share in the star as their perspective of the general populace. Again, they think that we're very simple-minded, intellectually capped, and morons. These are the kind of terms that came up in astrology over the last few years that, you know, conveyed their perspective of the people that create humanity. Anywho, back to R. Kelly, trying to show you significance. Let me stop before I go any further. I'd like the viewer to understand that this video is advanced. It really is advanced, and if you stay and watch and ride the wave with me, you will see this is a very advanced video. I am diving deeper into September's astrological message, much deeper. There is a surface level message to the mundane, and there is a deeper message for the powers. This video is for truly the more intelligent individual. Truly it is. You will definitely have to ride this wave, and if necessary, come back and rewatch it, because I'm not sure that I'll make enough apart to give you the final answer. Again, it may in some ways jeopardize my well-being in this life. But I'm going to go ahead for the purpose of revealing to you the advanced nature of astrology. I'm going to try. So anyway, I Believe I Can Fly by R. Kelly, released in 1995. And so here, fair use. Here are some images I screenshot off of Google talking about the significance of R. Kelly. 1995. It's your turn. Uh-oh. Let's see, can I go next? Okay. So what am I doing? I'm moving. Now, after I ask myself the question, like, I went about what's the significance of R. Kelly, why is he trending at this time that the astrological chart is referring to him, and I found out the song came out, that particular song came out in 1995, that was reflected in the 11th House of Aquarius. I said, well, let me go to Wikipedia and see the events, the relative events that occurred, and to just see if I would find anything, and of course I did. So I'll try to explain, because again, it's really advanced. So here we are on Wikipedia. These are all screenshots. I have submitted the fair use law that allows me to teach and to criticize and do all those things, which I will be doing all of them over the course of this live stream. Hopefully it won't be long. I'm trying to go through it real fast. And so here we are, 1995, Wikipedia. Let me read. It says in 1995 was a common year starting on Sunday. Boom. That's all we need to know. We're going to go down the page because we're going to do this quickly. So what have I done here? I've taken a screenshot of when I scrolled down that same page on Wikipedia dealing with the year of 1995, and now I'm under events. And the first month that is present under events, of course, is January. So let's read, and let's pay attention to the parts of the inserts I've offered that are highlighted. They are very relevant. Remember, this is an advanced look into astrology. So, and you have to go watch the previous 2 videos of my yearly predictions for the month, focusing on the month of September of 2021. Okay, it's part 5, and part 5.2, and this is point 3, I think. Anywho, I'm trying to move forward. So now we're under events. January. What's the first thing we read? Remember, this is 1995. 1995. I gotta stay focused, y'all. Anyway, under January 1st of 1995. The Wikipedia has the insert that says the World Trade Organization, or WTO, is established to replace the General Agreement on Tariffs and Trades. We're going to leave that alone. Now remember, I went through this and tried to simplify it, so you really have to buckle up and ride the wave with me and really pay attention. I'm taking you somewhere with me. R. Kelly and the Milk Crate Challenge can make you rich. If not you, it will make the powers rich. So, what is the WTO, or the World Trade Organization? Let's read just to find out. It says the World Trade Organization is a intergovernmental organization that regulates and facilitates international trade between nations. Do we get that? The governments use the organization to establish, revise, and enforce the rules that govern international trade. Let me try to simplify it for you. Hopefully, you understand. But what am I doing? Well, I'm just dealing with, wrong one. Let me see. I got a lot of stuff here, y'all. Maybe this is it. Yeah. I'm dealing with astrology, and I'm dealing with that yellow circle right here. Make it simple. Okay? That's what I'm dealing with. Pointed me to R. Kelly. R. Kelly's song, I Believe I Can Fly, pointed me to 1995. Ride the wave, ride the wave with me, girl, y'all. Stay on this line of thought with me, y'all. I'm trying to get you to the money, y'all. I'm talking about the big money, y'all. Okay. So now, in Wikipedia, we just read about the World Trade Organization. So what have I done? I've clicked on the World Trade Organization and I've screenshotted what the World Organization is about. And it says it does what? The governments use the organization, this particular organization of WTO, to establish, revise, and enforce the rules that govern international trade. Just understand, the WTO governs international trade. I'm going to try to move forward. I don't know how this is going to go. Again, this is much more advanced. Now, still learning about the WTO because we don't know what it is as common folk. Let's see. The WTO facilitates trade in goods, services, and intellectual property among participating countries by providing a framework for negotiating trade agreements. This is big stuff. This is for the intellectual. Ride the wave with me. I'm going to try to take you where you need to be. Which usually aim to reduce or eliminate tariffs, quotas, and other restrictions. What is that saying? It's saying, hey, they're trying to make it easier to have international trade. You know, rather than all the bureaucracy and what they call it, the red tape. Let's thin that out so we can go ahead and get this trade on, you know, internationally. So, these agreements are signed by representatives of member governments and ratified by their legislators. Okay. I understand, y'all, that what I'm talking about, again, is much more advanced. This is the depth I was telling y'all about exists in astrology that sends signals out to the powers that are in place. It tells them when to move and what to do and how to do it. Like it's an alert for them to move. Where most people, just general people like myself and probably yourself, we're unaware of what's really taking place. All we see is R. Kelly going to trial and all of that propaganda trending. Or we see the milk crate challenge and all of that propaganda trending. And then we, the crazy people, the sheeple, we participate in being totally absorbed and preoccupied with the trial going on with R. Kelly, or we up here trying to walk milk crates and breaking our necks and killing ourselves. Let me stop. Let me share something with you. About 3 months ago, I stacked up 2 milk crates and sat on them and failed. And right now, I'm dealing with a torn rotary cup, rotary, whatever it's called. I'm gonna have surgery. These fools is walking on all of these milk crates. You're gonna break your neck. Stop. Anyway, that was just me sharing the foolishness. So I'm moving forward. I'm gonna say it again, what I have going on, because it's quite a bit more advanced than anything anybody gonna show you here on YouTube. I know that. I'm a tarot reader, but I'm also an amateur astrologer. And when I studied the month of September astrology, it was difficult for me to interpret. I've been trying to do it since 2020, and I just didn't come up with a powerful enough message to deliver to y'all. And so I've been working on it all this time. Here we are, 9 months into the year of 2021. Once again, last month I went back into the astrology again, probably for the 20th or 30th time. And I sat and I contemplated and I meditated and I moved the information that's offered in astrology around. And then I got it. But I guess I couldn't get the message until R. Kelly started trending. When he started trending, that was what I needed. The clue that I needed that sparked something in me to understand what I was looking at. Again, this is an advanced message. This is a message that if you are able to ride this wave, advanced wave, it can make you rich. Just as rich or wealthy as the powers. I'm trying, y'all. You gotta be patient with me on this one for real. So, where was I? I was about to summarize what's taking place so you won't get lost. I'm going to keep doing it over and over. The astrology of September had in its 11th house an alignment that corresponds with the song I Believe I Can Fly. I Believe I Can Fly was released by R. Kelly in 1995. That year of 1995 became relevant because he's trending. And because I was able to, again, correspond this astrological alignment with the song I Believe I Can Fly. So I went to Wikipedia and began to look at the events under the year that occurred in the year 1995. And the first thing I saw on January 1st of 1995 was the WTO, or the World Trade Organization. And so what have I been doing? I've been reading, telling you, or explaining to you what the word WTO, or the World Trade Organization, does. And what it does is it facilitates international trade. It makes it easy. We're going somewhere with this. Let me see if I can find where I was. Now, this is where I do believe I was, reading on about the WTO. Now we're going to the next one. In that very first insert I read on Wikipedia under January 1st, 1995, not only did it talk about the WTO, or the World Trade Organization, it also talked about the GATT, or General Agreement on Tariffs and Trade within that same insert. So we need to find out what this is. So I'm about to try to, share what it is, describe what it is. So let me read. It says the General Agreement on Tariffs and Trade is a legal agreement between many countries whose overall purpose was to promote international trade by reducing or eliminating trade boundaries such as tariffs and quotas. According to its preamble, I think that's the word, its purpose was to its purpose was the substantial reduction of tariffs and other trade barriers and the elimination of preferences on a reciprocal and mutual advantageous bias. What does all that mean? Let me try to explain. All of what I'm doing now is necessary to show you the depth of astrology and how there are people out here, astrologers, advanced, that I'm not going to say all astrologers that even stake the claim that they are advanced, maybe can go to this level. I don't know. But I'm thinking that many of them can. And this is how wealth is kept from the majority. Anyway. And I don't know if this video is going to help anybody, because I don't know if either one of us has enough money to do what is offered in this astrological message. Anyway, I continue. What does this mean? What is it? This is what existed before the WTO, or the World Trade Center. But its purpose was just about the same as the WTO, or the World Trade Organization, which was to what? Thin out the red tape and the bureaucracy to facilitate international trade. Tariffs and quotas. I'm not going into detail on it, but you can look at it. What are they? They rules, regulations, and policies that they have to abide by to be able to ship stuff internationally. I'm going to let it go and try to move on, because I'm trying to go somewhere with this. Hi, Evelyn. How are you? I'm fine. A little stressed out because YouTube will not permit me to have an audience, and I'm just upset, but I understand why. But we going somewhere with this. Let me try to keep going. Okay, what else I got on the screen? I tried to cut to it. So, once, let me turn this off, because I'm trying to teach you. You know how it's going to work. Once I got that basic information, I was like, well, hot damn. Now, I can't convey to you the significance of me being able to go from that astrological alignment to I Believe I Can Fly to R. Kelly to 1995 and being pointed to basically making it easy to have international trade take place, meaning the laws change to support it. Okay, make it easy. I can't impose that, the significance of that to you. I will try, but okay. But once I realized, how can I say it? Let me stop. I'm stopping. Why? Because the lines of thought that I'm able to follow when I'm by myself, when I'm doing the initial research, I can't replicate right here. That is raw. It's a raw, energetic flow. I'm riding the wave. I don't know what I'm going to find. So I had to go back and try to reestablish the line of thought to present to you. So it is kind of distorted. I'm going to try to make it make sense as I move forward. Try. Anyway, I got to this point after I accumulated so much information in my initial research to the point I said, well, damn. Excuse my French. I didn't make it. What else trended? I was like, hot dang it. It's that milk crate challenge. So here we are. Yes, y'all. Even the milk crate challenge was created to signal to the powers to move, to do something right now, to make them richer, to help them monopolize the political arena, to monopolize the economic arena of our world, and so much more. Okay, milk crate challenge too. So as you can see, I say, what other distractions are trending? The milk crate challenge. And I said, well, Lord, I'm just asking questions, sitting with myself, meditating, contemplating, doing all that stuff. I said, okay, Lord, if the milk crate challenge is also significant, tell me why it's significant. So that's what I'm about to try to do, is show you why the milk crate challenge is significant. I can't even do all of this in one video. I don't have enough powerful or extensive applications here in the back. So again, follow me, ride the wave. This is amazing. So here we are at the milk crate challenge, and so I set up and I did what? Meditated, contemplated, did everything, and then I heard this. You got to ask the right questions, and this is the question I heard in my mind. It says, how many crates do I need to do the milk crate challenge? I was like, oh, okay. So I set up here in my laptop and I typed in, hey, Google, how many crates do I need so I can do the milk crate challenge? And this is what Google told me. It says, hey, Nancy, you need 49 milk crates to do the milk crate challenge. I said, 49 crates. So I sat there with myself, doing what? Meditating, contemplating, thinking, and processing. And I said, how does 49, what's the relevancy of 49? What is the relevancy? It came to me. So, it came to me, let's see. That, what? Now let's do some simple math here. Summary time. Once again, I'm going somewhere with this. I know it's boring, but this is advanced. This is how advanced and in-depth astrology is. If you know how to decode it, it will take you somewhere. And where does it have the potential to take you? To the to riches, just like the powers, even the wealth, if you got enough. Listen, let's go. So I'm sitting up, meditating, contemplating, doing all the things that I do, taking in my vices and different things like that. And I said, well, what if I were to take 1995, which is relevant because what? R. Kelly suggests is relevant. The distraction of R. Kelly signifies 1995. And I subtract 49 which is significant because that's how many crates you need to participate in the milk crate challenge. What number do I come up with? It is 1946. I can't add it because if I were to add 49 to 1995, that time period hasn't even happened. So I haven't added it up to look into the future. What would that be? 4, that would be 2044 to look to if anybody wants to do so. If anybody is trained or educated in the field of astrology and are interested in the future, 2044 is a time period to look at in the future. But I'm interested in about what happened in the past, because what happened in the past dictate what? Our future. So, am I making this make sense, y'all? Because this is truly a complicated concept to convey to others. This is for advanced people. So, again, right, as you can see it right here before you, 1995, R. Kelly's Distraction, that's the year it corresponds with, minus 49. 49 is from what? How many crates you need to do the milk crate challenge. Leads you to what? 1946. So, let's see. I'm going somewhere with this. I swear I am, y'all. Ride the wave with me, if you will. So, once I got the year 1946, I said, okay, well, what's the significance of 1946? I'm still on Wikipedia under the year of 1995. So I scrolled, and I said, let me see if I see anything on this page that has to do with 1946. And so I end up scrolling down the page on Wikipedia that deals with the subject of 1995. So as you can see, I have taken a snapshot of the lower part of the page on Wikipedia dealing with 1995 under the category of death. Let me stop. Let me try to explain what I'm doing here. I'm going to try to explain. Wikipedia pages are long. So under 1995, the subject matter of 1995, there is maybe about 6 or 7 pages to scroll down. It's broken up in sections. First it talks about 1995 just in general, as far as the calendar. Then it goes into events, which we just covered previously. Then it goes into births who were born in 1995. That's significant. Why is anybody that's presented on Wikipedia significant? It's because they're considered to have made a reasonable contribution to humanity. I digress. So I'm still on this page of 1995, scrolling down. And then I get to the sector of that page of deaths that happened in 1995. Oh yeah. Okay. So here, that's it, the deaths. So I begin to read down the sector of the page that covers the deaths that occurred in 1995. But remember, what I'm looking for is 1946. I don't know if it's going to be relevant or not, but it was. As I scroll down the page, this is under deaths, under the year 1995. You can see a picture to the right, which I think is my right. Nope, left. Easy E. That was the first thing that caught my mind, my attention. It was like, dang, Easy E, Easy E. And so I kept on scrolling down the page because it was significantly more page, and you can tell so because I'm just under March. It's all the way down to December, so it's a lot more pages to scroll down. So I done scrolled all the way down, went back up, and my attention drawn to Easy E. Right across from Easy E, as you can see, under March 1st is this man named George J.F. Kohler, however you pronounce it, German biologist. And can you see the date he was born? He was born in 1946. He was born in 1946. Let me stop. I don't know what I'm going to pull up now. Nope, not that one. Maybe this one. 1946. He was born 1946. Okay. I know you're saying, Nancy, why is that even relevant? Well, it's relevant because guess what? On the whole entire page, there were no more people born in 1946. So that was just something that was a clue, sparked my interest. Okay? So I clicked on George F. J., the German biologist, in order to read about him. So what you're about to witness now is me going into more, I do believe this next slide will be about going into more detail about who George Kohler is. Let me stop before I go forward. Eazy-E died in 1995. For the mundane, for the simple, especially people of color, that was a topic that was trending then. Eazy-E died. He died of AIDS. This and this, that. That's where the simple stopped. But for the advance, did they throw me off? I think they may have thrown me off. I can't tell. I think they may have. Let me get up. If they allow me to get control of my page again, I'm getting up off of it, y'all. I ain't kept the image on too long. I get it. As soon as I can. Letting it go. Letting it go. Might have been on there too long. For the simple, Eazy-E, which is what was important, you know. So why do I bring it up? Because I find it interesting that this Kohler guy was right across from Eazy-E. Kohler was the important message to the powers, where Eazy-E was the message to the simple, the mundane, the sheeple. Okay? What am I dealing with? I'm dealing with the depth of astrology. Either astrology can give you a simple message, or it can give you a more advanced message that will tell you, as it does the powers, when to move and where to move and why. Okay. So right now, what am I doing? Now, I didn't gather some information about this George Gene F. Kohler, who was born, as you can see, on April 17th, 1946, and died in 1995. Why? Because he was straight across from Eazy-E, and because he was the only one that had a date of 1946, which was relevant to the milk crate challenge. This is advanced, and it's very difficult for me to present this, but please ride the wave with me if you will. I'm trying to take you somewhere with this. This is the only time, if I do not get a good response to this, because it's too advanced for the viewer, then I will never ever do it again. I promise. Anywho, let's read a little bit about this George fellow, born in 1946. It says, together with Caesar Milstein and whatever this person, NKJ, Kohler won the Nobel Prize in physiology or medicine in 1984 for work on the immune system. You hear me? I can't figure out how to convey the importance of some of the things that we are reading or you're hearing, but he was rewarded the Nobel Prize in physiology or medicine in 1984 for his work on the immune system. I'm emphasizing immune system and the production of monoclonal antibiotics. Okay, I'm gonna leave it like that. I've offered a image of this fellow at the bottom in order for you to see who he's standing with, and that is the Milstein person. I do believe that is evidence or a clue that this guy, this German guy I'm talking about, named Kohler, Kohler. Let me turn this off, y'all. verse number 7. Difficult, y'all. Y'all should see how much stuff I got compressed in this little app I got. So I know it's coming out sloppy, but I'm doing the best I can with what I got. So let me try to explain what I'm doing. Summer. The first thing was R. Kelly's song, I Believe I Can Fly, released in 1995. 1995 is a significant year. Why? Because it points us to the WTO, or the World Trade Organization, as well as the General Agreement on Tariffs and Trade, or something, whatever it is. Anyway, that is about making it easy to do international trade. It is about having laws written that help to facilitate international trade. Getting rid of all of the tech. Significant. I'm jumping. Yes, I am. Because it is very difficult for me to present the line of thought that I follow to you with such a limited application before me. I am going somewhere with this. This is an advanced dive into astrology and into the astrology of September. And so from my works that I'm presenting here, I can make some very detailed predictions. And the predictions that I make can, if you have the ability, can lead you from where you are financially and advance you into another level, the economic level. Anyway, so then I went over and I asked the question, like, okay, well then what else is trending? You know, just to the people. And it's the milk crate challenge. I asked the right question. How many crates does it take for a person to participate in the milk crate challenge? The answer was 49. So I subtracted 49 from 1995, which walked me down to the number of 1946. 1946 is the clue. The only other person under the year of 1995 that had any relevancy to 1946 was this Kettler guy. As we learned in the last slide, this is a person that won a Nobel Prize for their works in with the immune system, as well as the monoclonal, whatever it is, the cloning of DNA. I showed you a picture of him studying with Mr. Milstein. You can always go back, look at the slides in more detail. I'm trying not to keep them up too long. I don't want to be penalized. I am executing the fair use law in this live in order to protect me against any backlash. I am teaching. I am criticizing. And what am I? Let me stop. Let me criticize to make sure I use this correctly. What am I criticizing? I am criticizing the art of astrology, as well as advanced astrologers. And I'm doing so because that lets me know who the agents are. I've heard people talk about agents here on YouTube. People agents, this person, it lets me know who the agents are here on YouTube and abroad, depending on who I, interact with. Because of the messages that are offered. If people were really interested in helping the people become liberated and had such vital information as presented in astrology, advanced astrology, then the people would be free. We will have the financial means that we need to move forward and liberate ourselves. But they keep it a secret. They keep it a secret for themselves, and they keep it as a secret and only offer it to those that are worthy. And when I say those that are worthy, I'm talking about people that's willing to pay them because they, those people appreciate their contribution. I understand that. I understand that. What do I understand? I understand that I've heard over the course of my life many people that feel like they are more important or superior to others say or speak about those that they view lesser than themselves, not on the same level as themselves, as people they don't know what to do with it. They're not worthy. Just really belittling people. It's the same concept that I kept picking up in the stars. about what the powers are saying about the people. But it also is present on a mundane level. There are people out here in our day-to-day lives that feel like they're better than the next person, and they will not share with that person that they deem lesser because they don't feel like they worthy. They don't feel like they have the intellectual capacity to know what to do with very vital or imperative information. I don't even know if I made that make sense. I'm kind of doing an Aquarius rant right now. Anywho, where was I at? So now I'm in the year of 1946. I find this Koffler, however his name is pronounced, Kohler, this German scientist, or whatever he was. He's deceased now. But anyway, he's relevant, and it is relevant because he did some of the initial work on what we're dealing with now, which is the vac. Hopefully you understand what I'm saying when I say the vac. We got the vid, the vac, and the variant. I'm talking about the vac. He laid the foundational work for it. And that picture is proof that he worked with some people that's still working on the vac as of now. I have so much more information. Again, I can't put it all here. If I don't get a good response for this video, I won't be coming back, most likely finishing it. So I do ask you to ride the wave. Hopefully I'm making sense. If I'm not making sense, please pose some questions either in an email or below this live stream, and I will try to clarify what I'm trying to reveal to you. But you have to ride the wave. You gotta take notes. You gotta pay attention. I'm trying to take you somewhere, but it's advanced. Okay, let me see if I can pick up where I left off. Okay. So what am I doing now? Let me make sure I'm on the right page. Okay, I was talking about this Koffler, German person. And so I'm about to, and I'm telling you that this person laid the groundwork for VAC. So, it's a significance VAC. So now, how can I say this? Let me stop. Advanced. So advanced. Okay, let me stop. I have to say this. When I was following my line of thought and doing my research, my laptop just shut down on me. When it was this particular word that I know I won't be giving you in this particular video. It would be in the next one if I'm prompted to do the next one. But when I typed that one word into Google, shut my computer down. The same thing happened relative to this Koffler guy. One particular word, typed it in, shut me down. I didn't trip. When I brought my computer up, I didn't restore it. I knew what to jump over to get what I needed. I already knew what it was, and I know that my computer going out was intentional. This is not the first time I reported my computer going out when I'm following a line of thought. And I'm not talking about no superficial line of thought. I'm talking about when I get to more advanced lines of thought as we're riding right now. When I get to them advanced lines of thought and I ask that right stream of questions and retrieve those answers, every single time my computer go out. So I told y'all before, I know I ain't got much time with my laptop. I'm telling you. I done told y'all before, last time I reported, I had I didn't make it. I apologize. 5 laptops that were maybe under 2 years old. I told y'all when them those different applications and stuff went out that I was paying for it, they went straight down. But it wasn't just that. For each one of them laptops, I was entering, I was following a line of thought, typing in very specific questions and seeking very specific answers. And when that would happen, that's when they would fry my laptops. This is number 6 laptop. So I know I ain't got much time. You know what I'm saying? So me doing this, I know it's jeopardizing me. Even I told y'all I'm a lab rat. I know what's going on. I've been telling y'all that for a long time. I done shared some stories with y'all. I don't know if y'all think I'm lying, trying to get views or whatever, but everything I have told y'all was to the best of my knowledge. I here certified that everything I've shared here on YouTube is to the best of my knowledge, based on what I've witnessed and experienced. Notify that. Anyway, what I'm saying is, I know I'm jeopardizing myself, whether it's just me jeopardizing my laptop, which I can't afford. But that's okay. I'm going to take a chance because I want to show you something. If you just willing to ride the wave with me. If what I'm talking about is so complicated, I'm trying to simplify it, y'all, to the best of my ability. If it's so complicated, I do ask you to go back and watch this video again. I'm trying to make this video short. I'm an hour. I was trying to do it under an hour. Crash course you. Boom. I'm doing my best. So I'm going to stop rambling and try to move forward. So what I'm about to do now is I'm about to start the reason why I went off on that rant is because to let you know that my laptop was shut down several times as I followed these lines of thought. So there is a break that I could not recreate for you here. It was a break in which I had to, I just cannot replicate the line of thought smoothly from this point on. And because I cannot replicate this sector of the line of thought smoothly, I also cannot give you the overall answer at the end. I'm going to give you as much as I can. It is up to you to truly, as people always say, research in order to find the answer. Again, if I feel comfortable and I feel like I've gotten enough views on this, and that shows me that it's of interest to people in trying to understand truly, then I will do another. This is another thing that yeah. What's wrong? Okay, text her and ask her, is everything okay? Yeah, that's a whole nother thing. Just let me know when we get on the line. Another thing that I like to point out is, oh man, she kind of threw me off, is that what I'm trying to recall right now is how the powers or people that think they're better than you are, or even, I guess for many, know that they're better than you are, don't cast their pearls among swine. In Christianity, the scripture says, do not cast your pearls among swine. There are people in this world that know that they are better than you, and they are not going to cast their pearls to you. They're not going to give you their advanced knowledge. Years ago, centuries ago, they did not allow the general populace to learn about the various disciplines, academic disciplines, whether it was business, science, math, engineering, whatever. We were too simple, stupid morons, as they say. They will not cast their pearl among swine. Here, what I'm talking about here is, again, one of those pearls that they're not willing to give to you. Because what? You're not intellectually able to absorb it. And I'm not trying to insult you. This is what they are saying. The powers say. This is what they think about you. I'm here to give you an opportunity to see. And I will know if you really want to see it. I will know if you really want to try to digest it. Again, it depends on my viewership. It depends on the likes. It depends on the support. We're going somewhere with this, and we're going deep. But most people want to stay simple. They want to be distracted by R. Kelly trial over sexual deviance, or they want to take the milk crate challenge and break their neck. It's up to you. It's up to you. But they will not cast their pearls among swine. And it's a danger to those that do cast pearls among the swine, so to say. I think we're better than that. Remember, the name of my channel is Can Angels Fly? I asked that question because can you fly? As just a stereotypical, common, everyday person, layman or woman, can you fly if you got the right information? Can you do better? Can you be successful? You know, can you live a life of abundance if you know more? You know, and the first thing, in order to know more, to comprehend more, to become your higher self, is you got to be able to slow down so you can catch up. What do I mean? I know, I tell you all the time, I wasn't the smartest person, never had been. When I was in college, I still was in, learner's ed. I still had tutors. I was in learners education even in college. So I understand that a lot of concepts are difficult to learn. I understand it's time consuming. I know it's a real challenge to be able to meditate, to I call it supplicate, complicate, what I be saying. You know what I'm saying? I be trying to make it more relaxed and lackadaisical. But I understand that. How do I understand? Because I wasn't the smartest cookie in the jar going through school. And I told y'all I had to write on the walls real big sometimes. I had to do stuff over and over and over again. Just one, you'll see I have a reading deficiency. I don't even have that from y'all. I've been having this reading deficiency forever. I done talked about it. How my family used to give me a, what they call it, a little financial reward for every book I read and report I wrote. I even with the incentive, it was still difficult. I did it, but it was so difficult. It is taking a long time. I still confronted with, learning and comprehending and things like that. But because of my love, maybe because I'm an Aquarius, my love for learning, not wanting to be unaware or in the dark about what's going on around me has been my motivation. One of my motivations. I can say my soul motivation, but it's been my motivation. While I'm on this Aquarius rant, I'm on this Aquarius rant to let you know, hey, we have a choice. Either we can become smarter and more conscious and more aware, more intellectual, intelligent. We can work together to, be able to accomplish these feats, or the powers are going to take control of our lives and any generations to come. But bottom line, that's what it is. So anyway, what am I about to do? I'm about to try to finish with this live. I don't want it to be long, so it's the end of my Aquarius rant. But I thank you for coming here to Can Angels Fly Tarot and more, and allowing me to continue with my yearly interpretation with a primary focus on the month of September. I thank you. And if you're ever interested in ordering your own personal tarot reading, you can do so by contacting me by email. My email is canangelsfly1@gmail.com. If you're interested in offering monetary support in support of my channel and my work, you can do so by Cash Apping me. My Cash App name is $CanAngelsFly Tarot. Let's go. Almost there. Oh, so what I'm about to do now, man, how do I do this? Remember, it's this place where they cut my laptops off when I was following a line of thought, and I haven't been able to recreate that and bridge it together. There are a couple of terms. One refers to R. Kelly, and another refers to this Kessler and the Milk Crate Challenge. Right now, I'm dealing with the Milk Crate Challenge and this Kessler, and him have laid the foundational work for the VAC, the vid, the VAC, and the Verity. I'm talking about the VAC. Okay. So, anywho, Zone 8, right here. Still trying to go somewhere with it. Let's see. Hi. Hold on, y'all. This is really important. Hello. Hello. This technology fails when I want to fail. Really, for real, y'all, important. Hopefully I ain't got to tell y'all about this one. Real important. Come on now. That is what happens when YouTube, since the Communist Party owns it. Yeah, they own some bull crap. Y'all, I'm on some other stuff right now. So I gotta say this. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil, for thy rod and staff are with me all the days of my life. It leads me beside still water. It makes me to lie down in green pastures. to try to move forward. I may be disturbed from this point. I may very well be disturbed from this point. Again, this is real life, real important stuff, and it has to do, I think, with what we got going on. But that's a whole nother video. Life that got real, what's been real. Okay, so I'm gonna try to move forward. Again, I'm trying to go somewhere with it. I'm trying to offer you a pearl that nobody else will offer you. And if you are able to, you know, digest, try to digest what I'm talking about. That's all I'm asking you to do. Digest it. Play this video again, and I'm not asking you to play it again for the view. I'm asking you to play it again. Maybe, again, I don't know how to convey to you what to seize out of what I'm sharing. And then it's a crash course, so there are things left out. Okay, y'all? But if you can comprehend what I'm saying, if you can digest what I'm saying, this offers you the opportunity to move from where you are at this point in time financially into an abundance in your life. Just like the powers are. This is the same message that the powers have received. Through what? The astrology, the astrological message for September. There is a superficial message for the stargazer, and I've offered that. And there is a more in-depth message for the powers that know how to go and decode the astrological messages in depth. They know the clues to look for. Today, I'm revealing some of the clues. And this is not the first time this has happened. If you follow me, you know right before the election last year, I'm losing track of time, I was able to tap into one of the clues then. And I told you about power outages, and I told you about Bill Gates. I told you about his traveling wave nuclear reactor, which also plays back into this. But I'm not going to go there yet. I'm just about to see. So, okay. Why she can't call? Why? What is going on here? This is so crazy. I'm about to go back over here. And what am I doing? What are you seeing on your screen right here? Well, we're reading a little bit about one of these terms that, I mean, they didn't shut, that's crazy. They didn't shut that down. Again, I can't reproduce a portion of the line of thought I followed to receive the ultimate message that I received. There are some terms. Highlighted in the yellow is one of the terms. So, let me try to pronounce it. It's polyethylene. Why is the term polyethylene important? This is a crash course. It is because when we go back to the German gentleman Kepler, K-O-H-L-E-R, he and his work are synonymous with polyethylene. So I'm going to read a little bit about it. As you see at the top, the very, very top, where it talks about is the address, and the address box is wikipedia.org, monoclonal antibody. Remember, that's what he was synonymous with. That's what he won his Nobel Prize for. You know, to work with the immune system and monoclonal antibodies, okay, which is a portion of the VAC, the variant, the VAC. Okay, I'm just going to read. I don't even know what I'm supposed to read, but I know I'm supposed to point out polyethylene. Crash course. Much of the work behind the production of monoclonal antibiotics is rooted in the production of hydrodomus, I think. Whatever. Anyway, which involves identifying antigen-specific plasmablast cells, which is ASPC. That product that produces antibodies specific to an antigen of interest. Relative to what we have going on, I'm just trying to spotlight this to kind of make it make sense. Relative to what we have going on as far as the vid, not the vac, or the variant. The V, the initial trigger, is they have an interest in these, they call them crowns, the antigen, the crown of the V. Okay, why do I say that? Because it says, I'm just pointing this out, that produce antibodies specific to an antigen of interest. That's the antigen of interest relative to what we got going on right now. And fusing these cells with melanoma cells. I don't know if I pronounced that right, but that's okay. Rabbit B cells can be used to form a rabbit reading is such high. I just said the word, and I think I said it right, and now I can't say it. Hybridoma. Hybridoma. I'm not pronouncing that right. Ride the wave with me. Listen. Polyethylene glycerin is used to fuse adjacent plasma membranes, but the success rate is low. So a selective medium in which only fused cells can grow is used. Okay, cutting it short, crash course. What we're focusing on here is the polyethylene. Let's see what I got here. What is polyethylene is the next question. I'm trying to help you ride the same thought process as I did with the crash course. All the information is not here. I'm just trying to highlight something to try to take you somewhere. Polyethylene, and the reason why I'm going through all this is so that you can see what I was able to derive from what? R. Kelly propaganda and the Milk Crate Challenge propaganda. All of this comes from me. Dealing with polyethylene comes from the Milk Crate Challenge. There's another term I haven't given to you yet. Very vital term that I haven't given to you yet that goes directly or is corresponds with the R. Kelly propaganda. Right now, we're on a milk crate challenge propaganda, and this is where it takes you. So we're dealing with polyethylene or polythene, whatever it's called, polyethylene. Anyway, is most common in plastic. Is the most common plastic in use today. It is a polymer. Again, cutting this down to make it a crash course, but polymer itself, that term is very important and relative to the VAC. The VAC and the variant, the VAC part. Okay? It is a polymer primarily used for packaging, plastic bags, plastic films, geomembranes and containers, including bottles, etc., etc. As of 2017, over 1 million tons of polyethylene resins are being produced annually, accounting for 34% of the total plastic market. Well, let's stop. Let me stop. Polyethylene makes plastics. Remember, when I started this live stream dealing with the R. Kelly line of thought, the propaganda, it took us to WTO. I don't know how to do this. WTO and the general agreement on tariffs and trades or whatever was about simplifying international trade. Now over on this side with the Milk Crate Challenge, we're talking about polyethylene that can be used in the production of plastics. Let me see if I can go somewhere with this. I don't even know if I can. Okay. I know went the wrong way. Oh, we did our polyethylene. I'm trying to. Let me see. Now. Let me see how many slides I got over here. Did I try to go? I'm going to finish talking about polyethylene to try to simplify it for myself. And hopefully I can simplify it for you. Polyethylene is the natural substance here, present here in this earth. It can be extracted, the resin, R-E-S-I-N, is extracted from a natural reoccurring plant life in this world to make the polyethylene that makes what? The plastic. And there are other uses. So I just took an insert out of Wikipedia dealing with, as you can see at the top in the address of Wikipedia, the address where it says Wikipedia, it says cross-link polyethylene. So basically, different ways polyethylene can be used. This is advanced. I'm going somewhere. I'm offering you a pearl. It's up to you to ride the wave with it, with me or not. And if you are willing to ride the wave, take the time to try to digest every crazy thing I have shared with you in this video, which was a crash course. I'll come back and make another video and I'm going to try to make it make sense here, but I'm going to make a video at one more to try to sum it all up and truly make it make sense and call out some agents here on YouTube. Anywho, what are you reading? What am I about to read? I'm about to read under this cross-link polyethylene, the classification. In North America, it says all PEX pipe is manufactured with its design specification listed directly on the pipe. These specifications are listed to explain the pipe's main standards as well as giving specific details about the manufacturer. The reason that all these specifications are given are so that the installer is aware of the product if the product is meeting the standards for necessary local codes. Local codes. Again, going back to the WTO, thinning out the, the bureaucracy or the blue tape, red tape, whatever it is, to be able to do international trade and trade of services and different things like that. Okay. The labeling ensures the user that the tubing is up to all the standards listed. Anyway, jumping down, it was something I must have failed to highlight. Because I don't want that's going in really, really deep. Okay, I'm going to read the last line. I may be missing what I wanted to read, but I'm going to read the last line. The listings and certifications met by each product appears on the print line of the pipe or tubing to ensure the product is used in a proper application in which it was designed. Why did I put this slide up here? I think I accidentally put the slide rather than another in which I had information highlighted. It was to show that that natural reoccurring substance that can be extracted from a plant here in this earth is used to make plastic. And the type of plastic it can make is what? The type of plastic used for plumbing and what? Water distribution. Water distribution. Water distribution. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Anyway, this is the last slide. Then I'm going to try to sum up all this stuff that I'm sure is absolutely crazy. Now, going back into still looking at address box. Now, I'm still dealing with polyethylene, but it's the bio-based form of polyethylene. No matter how I use the term polyethylene, remember to produce or come up with polyethylene, it has to be extracted from something in this earth. And now we're about to find out what it can be extracted, what it is extracted from. Okay. So anyway, bio-based polyethylene. Whatever this is, this corporation, and I think that's the corporation that went under, I'm not sure. Anyway, started a joint marketing activities. Again, we're talking about actually referring to worldwide or international trade. Anyway, joint marketing activities to produce polyethylene from, can you see it in highlighted? Marketing activities to produce polyethylene from sugar cane. Now, I'm just reading the highlight part. Anyway, I can't read the highlight part. Reading on. It says they will build a new facility at their existing industrial unit in, they name these different regions or sectors that they're going to build these new facilities that focus on extracting polyethylene from sugarcane. One of the regions is Brazil. As Brazil, and it says, and it will what? Their production will produce high density and low density polyethylene from bioethanol, derived from what? Derived from what, y'all? Sugarcane. Hopefully I'm making this make sense. I know I'm all over the place. Yeah, this is too deep for too many. But thank you for those that can stay around. And I do believe, honestly, that when I see people watch, it shows some watchers. I do believe that's just the system making it look like I have somebody viewing me. I really think they're watching me. And I haven't been able to figure out a way to get around it to get to y'all, the people. I really haven't. So, this is the one chance I will take. Anywho, again, I am executing the law of fair use in order to teach and to criticize. So, what am I saying? Let me see. I don't think there are any more. So, I'm going to say, but you see, two terms here I want you to hold on to. You see the area of Brazil mentioned, and you see sugarcane mentioned. Crash course. Again, I cannot show you every single detail. I can barely hold on to y'all for an hour with this condensed presentation to you. So, I'm going to try to explain. Under the propaganda of R. Kelly, it had the people, the sheeple, watching R. Kelly trial, and that was the conversation going on socially. That's for the mind that is simple. For the powers, the R. Kelly propaganda was a signal, and that signal was to invest in a particular company, and that company, how can I say this? Because I would have to make more slides to try to get you to understand. I don't know, but that company is based in the Amazon, which includes Brazil, which includes the rainforest. I know since 2019, the rainforest has been on fire. The fires in the rainforest are not natural, but they are man inflicted for the purpose of clearing the land. Still under the R. Kelly propaganda. The powers are clearing the rainforest in order to create a distribution line using what? Plastics of water. I haven't given you the one term or the name of the company in here. The powers know where to invest. You don't. You're watching R. Kelly. You're watching R. Kelly trial unfold. Anywho, back to the Amazon basin, which includes, I think, Peru off the top of my head, of course Brazil, and oh my god, I can't think of them off the top of my head. It's about 8 different countries. I guess they are countries with a primary focus on Brazil. Brazil is one of those clues that offers an enlightened person the knowledge that they need in order to identify some of the agents that are around us. And I say that because there are people that have really, and I guess it's not for all, but this is how my mind perceives it, fled to Brazil, promoting Brazil, because, and they say, hey, you can do it because they did it. They were able to do it, do what? No, to go to Brazil right now. Not just as a way to escape what, like a proverbial pole shift for the changes and the economic instability like in the United States. Not just for that, but they've gone there in order to partake in big business and to invest. These are your agents, or these are the agents among us. Anywho, the R. Kelly propaganda line of thought leads to a particular stock to invest in or trade to participate in. I'm not giving that out right here. We're going to see. Anyway, what it is about is clearing Amazon to be able to lay piping. They're going to use the waters, redirect the waters of the Amazon, or Amazonian legal is what it's called, Amazonian legal. That's the legal aspect of it. All the laws have been put in place over the last year and a half, while this has been going on, that we've been dealing with the vid, vaccine variant. All the laws have been put in place. I have those readily available too, many of them. And they're going to divert the Amazon. Now you got to remember, in the social conversation that was been taking place since 2019 over the Amazon is that the Amazon forest, the rainforest, are the lungs of the world. They're doing the majority of the work to process and you know, extract the carbon monoxide from the environment and cleanse it and produce oxygen for the earth. Again, the rainforests are the lungs of the world. But yet, I'm sitting up here telling you that the powers are right now, and have been, they've already been starting with the fires, clearing the way. They're planning to divert the Amazon River to create hydroelectricity. Big clue, big clue, big clue. Hydroelectricity. The powers know where to invest. I have shared in previous live streams, multiple, that what we're going through, this crisis here, is comparable to the crisis of the 1930s, or the Great Depression. And it was a time period in which the powers stagnated the people, made them emotionally unstable, you can't think, and you can't focus, and things like that. Same thing here. So that they can monopolize, like during that time period, big business, various industries, and real estate. This time they're playing bigger ball. They're dealing with the expansion of the infrastructure to reach areas that have yet not been, like we call it, colonized. And so let me try to clear up what I'm saying. They're going to divert the waters of the Amazon River to fuel their hydroelectricity project. The powers know when to move because of the R. Kelly propaganda, and they know what to move on, which is what? Hydroelectric energy. They call it renewable energy, sustainable, energy. Why? Because they tapping into the natural resources of the earth that we, the people, need to permit us to survive and to thrive. So I know this was a little more advanced and it was very complicated for me to try to convey. Hopefully you got the some of the message, and I'll come back with a final summary of giving I ain't gonna say it. It ain't gonna wax me off. We'll see. Anywho, now the milk crate challenge goes with the German Keffler and the VAC, his work, and the extraction of polyethylene from what? Sugar cane. One of the regions in which sugar cane is bountiful and naturally reoccurring is in what? The Amazon and Brazil and Peru. But Brazil has a big production or, natural growth of sugar cane. So it seems to me that the powers plan to lavish was the word people use all the time is they're going to extract, they're going to strip, they're going to do the R word, to the agriculture in Brazil with a primary focus on sugar cane. They're going to extract the sugar cane from Brazil, and not just the sugar cane. They're also going to extract the other vegetable, edible plant life in Brazil for different reasons. I don't want to go off into too many directions, but they're going to extract the, excavate the sugar cane in order to what? Extract the polyethylene needed to create create the piping that will be laid to help direct the waters that they're going to have to redirect in order to redirect the waters to the facility to create hydroelectricity. Okay, so that means in layman's terms, they're about to colonize Brazil. They went over and they I almost had the word, I'm gonna spell it R-A-P-E, but that's not the word I was looking for. But they're going, just the way they did Africa, now they're going over to Brazil or to the Amazon to, God dang it, what's the word? I wrote it down so I wouldn't forget and then move the notes. Let's see. So, why am I talking about this? Because it's an area for those that can to invest. They're not going to tell you. In astrology, they're going to say, oh, it's focusing on electricity. Not electricity, I'm talking hydroelectricity. And I can tell you the exact company. I can tell you the products that they're going to be creating, and so I can also tell you what they're going to be extracting from the earth in which region and for what purpose. That's what I'm saying. Again, I may come back and reveal all of that, but it's up to you to do your research. That's what's really going on. Again, why am I talking about this? Because we're going through a time period that's equal or similar to, equal or greater than the depression of the 1930s, a time period in which the powers restricted the people, debilitated the people, while they made their moves to ensure and secure that they may maintain control and power in political arena, in the economic arena, and in the and as far as industry. Let me say this. Some other things I want to summarize, even though I can't give to you the line of thought with images, because what the application I got is not powerful enough. I can't do it. I would come through and make a whole nother big video. Let me give you some other stuff. Understand that all the laws that are needed in order to help facilitate easy international trade. Why is it easy international trade relative? I didn't say that. Because these works that are going to be done over there with the Amazonian rainforest are also stretching over here to North America. Like Latin America and stuff down in there and stuff. It's going to be international. So imagine how much piping they'll need to divert the energy, the waters that they need, and different things like that. Okay. Another thing is, this is how deep it gets, y'all. They will not cast their pearls among swine. Are you a swine? I'm not a swine. You know what I'm saying? I don't appreciate it. Anywho, I don't know, maybe y'all swine. I'm not swine. I might have a little piggy nose, but I am not a swine. So anyway, I am worthy. I am worthy to partake in the riches of this world. And how dare they keep this information from me my whole life? How dare they? So, anywho, understand just how far along they are. They have established the laws to support them and to help them facilitate their process, as well as their international trade and things like that. The laws already exist, and actually many of the laws I saw, the very specific company and corporation names that are part of this are written into the laws directly. Stop. Something else I haven't been able to present to you is that there have been many laws, and these laws started even with the internet. I think that was also a part of the 1995. Remember 1995? R. Kelly, I Believe I Can Fly. 1995. I believe it was in 1995 that the laws were written, where the government took their hands off of the internet and made it allowed it to be private, or I think the term is, I might be mispronouncing it, privatization. Privatization, meaning the government take their hands off. I'm starting to really have technical issues over here. The government take their hands off. In the last video I made, I said, hey, when the government take their hands off, that means that they don't offer credits to the general populace, the people. We will see cost of living going up because those credits or those subsidies will be removed. Their hands are taken off because they are allowing these various industries to be in the hands of private owners. The private owners usually have a corporation. We usually don't see their names. It's under some type of corporate name. You know what I'm saying? These are the people that we are going to have to be held accountable for what occurs. Trying not to go into spirituality and things like that. I'm trying to keep it simple. How far am I on? Okay, no more than 20 more minutes. I'm just trying to think of the other things that I wasn't able to present. I did what I did, even though it was fragmented, so that you can see that astrology is not a game, so that you can see how people are using, and just people, astrologers and the astrologers in one sector, but the powers are using this medium of encoding messages that can easily be decoded by them or somebody they have hired to do so they know when to move and what to move on. That's why I did, to show you. Hopefully I did a decent job in showing you that it is real. It's not fake, it's not pretend, it is real. And this is a means that they're using to be able to send messages back and forth to each other. Okay? Privatization. This endeavor, this project that I've been talking about in this live stream, is privatized. It's privatized. And that is not the only thing. The industries, all industries, including the agriculture industry. Let me throw Bill Gates in here. Bill Gates. I found Bill Gates' traveling wave nuclear reactor just before the presidential election last year, and I talked about it in detail. I talked about it all. If you follow me, you know. So that would be back in September, October, when I talked about it, any live stream during that time. I probably was rambling on and on about it. That is also significant now, okay? Because Bill Gates' traveling wave nuclear reactor will allow electricity or I guess utilities to be in places in the world that it was never able to be. It was never accessible. It wasn't practical. But with the traveling wave nuclear reactor, that makes it possible. And it also offers another means of delivering not just but energy to the people. A different means than fossil fuels, as they used to say. Anyway, Bill Gates. Bill Gates is known for, another trending topic, being the biggest farmland owner in the United States. Why does this man own all this farmland? It goes back to privatization, making everything private. Privately owned. Privately owned. Bill Gates privately owns more farmland than anybody has ever owned in the world. Why? Well, they're taking over the market. Literally. In my last couple of videos, I talked about how there's going to be a major shift in the market. The price of food will go up and different things like that. I mean, the market has to do there's a stereotypical market for the people. You go to the market and you buy some food and things like that. But there's the market, the stock market, where all the natural resources are, and the various commodities are on the stock market and traded and different things like that. There's going to be a major shift. Now, what I'm not sure is how the shift would look on their side. I know how it's going to look on our side. Price of food going up. The price of gas going up. All these things that are traded on the market. You know what I'm saying? For them, they may make it try, because remember, they believe we're real stupid. So when we look at, we get a glimpse of the market on the news or in the paper, it may look like we're doing bad. But the reality is the rich are absolutely getting richer. They're all of them about to go from billionaires to trillionaires. That's what they're doing. Now, we might not be able to perceive it through what we see again, on the news or the market. But you better believe it's all their wealth is going up, while we're going to be challenged with, again, climbing prices when it comes to these different commodities that we access, such as gas and water and food. Prices is going up. Subsidies being removed from the people. So understand what's going on. While they making money, and they know they're making money, and they know how they're making money. I just gave you 2 examples of how they're making money. I have seen other examples. So the reason why Bill Gates and his wife separated is because all of this is really, some of this is really risky. And he doesn't want to be the sole holder of all his net wealth. He's dividing it amongst the person he can trust, his wife. Now, his ex-wife. She holds a portion, and he holds a portion. He buys up all the farmland so that he can monopolize the food source in the United States. He can be one of the biggest people you got to go to eat. Him. We're not getting that. He also, again, has his hands in energy, providing energy for the people. And I'm going to let that alone. I'm going to let it alone. But I think, I'm going to let it alone for right now. It's a whole lot. And it's all over the place. These powers are making real big moves. They are literally imprisoning the people of the world. But the primary focus, because I'm talking on the United States, these are the moves that they're making. Now, I can't wake nobody up. I can't make nobody no smarter than they are. I can't motivate nobody. But I'm telling y'all, this is what's going on. I'm telling you. So we can sit here as we have been focusing on R. Kelly and focusing on milk crate challenges and the other foolishness that we are. But understand, these people have rewritten all these laws behind our back, and we don't even know it. We ain't invited to no meetings, but they didn't establish them rules. And let me tell you, it's another booklet. I found a booklet, and it said something like this relative to the vax and the variant to the vax, that they are now allowing that particular industry, medicine and science, to produce I'll just say products, we talk about medicine and science, and to use them without many restrictions around it, because it shows it has potential. And so they can refine that product over time as it's being used. All these things are going on right now. All these things. I hear people talk about, more advanced, people that deal with reality and more advanced concepts and subjects talk about these various things. And some of them have pretty significant followers or listeners, but I don't see anybody responding. That's really concerning to me. I know that we are so oblivious about what we can do. So I guess we're not moving or doing anything, or because what I'm saying is, I don't believe at this point in time those that have heard advanced messages, even if there's, sloppy like mine, but you heard an advanced message, that you are a moron. If you were shallow, if you were intellectually capped, the way I speak, the way other people speak, are in layman's terms. You're no longer in the dark, is what I'm trying to say. You're no longer in the dark. You're not anymore. I just offered you at least 3, maybe 4, real-time scenarios that's playing out in the background while we watching R. Kelly and trying to do the milk crate challenge to break our neck. Real time. This is what's happening. And these things that are, these changes that are taking place in the background are going to be what frame. It is going to be the framework of the new paradigm in which we live and our descendants are birthed into. We're no longer in the darkness, is what I'm saying. We know now. We know about Bill Gates' traveling wave nuclear reactor and what its purpose is. We know now why Bill Gates bought all that land up, because they are prioritizing all industries, including the food industry and the agriculture industry. That's why these farmers are testifying that they received notice to destroy their crops. These powers are moving to monopolize the food source. Prioritization. And so they're trying to coerce these individual farmers that depend on the people to keep them going, to destroy their crops. So we don't have any other alternative. That's what's happening. We know now what they're about to do with the rainforest. We know now why it's been on fire. We even know why California's been on fire. I didn't go into a bunch of detail about it, but it's to quicken the land so that when it's time to reestablish the new paradigm, the land is already quickened. The quickest way to cleanse or restore or begin a regeneration process is through fire. That's why they burn California. Okay? We know this now. We know these things. We know that they're about to extract the sugarcane. They're about to go over there and ravish Brazil. We know that people that are in Brazil now are there because there's big business taking place. It's big money being made. Now I ain't talking about money to make you rich. I'm talking about money to make you wealthy. They are about to extract all the natural resources with a primary focus on the sugar cane to do what? One of the things is to extract the polyethylene in order to make the piping to create the distribution center, or I don't know what you call it, but distribution center of the waters of the Amazon, so that they can process it and make hydroelectricity. And we know it's going to be international, going back to the international trade and all that kind of stuff. You know, we know that the people in power are shaking and moving in these ways, and they are investing relative to what I've shared in other avenues as well. Now, I'm not going to hold y'all anymore trying to clarify and explain what I've been sharing in this video, but understand that we can either watch R. Kelly do the milk cake challenge, or we can jump on board and either we can jump on board and invest. And I mean, they got to do your research on investing. Tap into somebody who know how to invest, pull our money and invest, so that we can kind of wreck their plan. Understanding that's the low vibrational way, because anything they're about to do is about to further contaminate Earth's ecosystem, which we need to survive. Humanity needs to survive. So we be helping them perpetuate the annihilation of the human race, in the future. Or we can start rallying and being rebellious and going against them, as like them Indians was when they was laying on pipelines out there wherever it was, and stop them before they move any further to destroy the ecosystem of this earth that humans need to survive. Hopefully this video made sense. Again, write me an email, type below. Don't be lazy. Wake up. This is real. It's time for some real grown and sexy stuff, Just do what you gotta do.